I'm Kim Peoples.
Kim
nice
Peoples.
to meet you.
Okay, so
James.
this is Kim Peoples. My name is James. And sorry, actually, our first time meeting. So I saw you on television, and I was looking at some of your charts, and you know how you look at something and you've never seen it before, but it looks familiar somehow. And I was listening to you talk, and I immediately connected with what you were saying. And I could feel like I go through some of these processes in my own mind during the day where I feel myself feeling a certain way that I don't want.
Yes.
So I curtail it. I kind of steer like a boat in a stream.
Exactly.
And I encourage myself to be positive and to get away from negative thinking. And it's like clouds that you run into through the day. But I don't have a system or a template or something to lay on top of it so that I can put it into more form.
Yes.
So when I saw what you were talking about, I knew that you had something that I wanted to learn, and I was curious if you could please explain it to me. And I could use this, teach it to my children, and just so that I can be a happier person and bring more light into the world.
You've got it.
It's, we're very powerful beings. Each person has immense and beautiful power inside them, and we just don't. It's like we've unlearned how to be, people.
You've got it. For me, it's the grandma skills. To me, what you're doing is developing your self, your manners, your skills, what makes you happy. By distracting your brain, it's not running away from problems. It's an adult that knows how to take care of everything that comes in front of them. What we're finding now is that we don't understand what we're thinking so many times. We just keep thinking. We're taught if I keep thinking, then the answer will come. The answer will come. There's no organization to it. When we get to work, there's more of an organization sometimes. We're a little more comfortable because we know what we're doing and basically how to do it. But when life comes, sometimes we run from the issues. Our brain can't handle what's in front of us. The need to woulda, coulda, shoulda, pain. This hurts. Don't do that to me. You're making me feel bad. I don't want to have to be rude to you to say, I'm sorry. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about me. It's hard for my generation, I believe, to be ourselves because people think we're weird if we're not going along with what everybody's doing. And sometimes what everybody's doing is they have this face and they're talking about superficial things. I like to talk about real things. So I find my circle of friends is limited because I am able to put a topic in the middle of all of us. And we each talk about it from our own perspectives. When I was growing up, I used to love to get into these kind of adult conversations. There was a gentleman I knew who was a director in NASA. And when I went to the after mission parties with this guy, oh my God, I would sit next to the rocket comet pilot because he was so funny. But I realize now that we were having adult conversations. We would bring a subject out in the middle of the topic in the party, and we'd each speak from our own perceptions. It wasn't need to, woulda, coulda. Who told you? Where'd you get that from? Prove it.
Accusatory
accusatory. Why are you saying that to me?
Right.
I'm talking about this topic.
Right. Open-minded.
Very open-minded. These people that I surround myself with have no problem sharing a pilot's perspective. A girl just out of college, that's when I was hanging out with this NASA group. An engineer, the engineering perspective. Oh, well, we can do this and that and that. Well, awesome, the architect says, we found that 13th side tends, and I coming out of college with a little geometry saying, the key with 13 sides is they can't each touch. That 13th side, when you build it for structure, it's got to be off just this much, where the other 12 sides can all touch. and the engineer immediately jumps in because he remembered that, but he hadn't put that piece in the puzzle. So as all of us, we're all adding and sharing to that topic, whatever the topic may be. What I found with my generation with all these excuses, we're not sticking with topics. We're giving these outs. I don't have time. It's not my fault. This isn't my degree. This is crazy. You're a conspiracy theory. Theorist, what? That's nuts. No, I'm just talking about right now a certain topic. I'm not talking about nuts or theories, or if you want proof, let's go prove it together. Let's at least talk about a topic. So what we're learning to do, I think desperately, James, is not only are we developing our own patience and focus to create our skills, how to deal with beautiful things, how to deal with hard things. Life is life, and we deal with each and everything as it goes. And then we create unity. You can't sit here and be unity and just doing what everybody says and going along with the flow. You can't just do it because everybody says so and everybody's doing it. That's my generation's problem. There aren't enough grandmothers out there saying, please don't touch that, and not explaining why. There aren't enough people with the thought processes in their brain that says, this is okay. Yes, I just fell down. No big deal, stand up. I love this example, and I give it a lot. A cool grandpa or grandma going through the park. And they're skipping, they got the kids with them, you know, and there are all these kids running around. It's pause time to take kids to the park, and the kid falls down. One of the children falls down. A cool grandma or grandpa, the only thing they do is take half their speed, 1001, 1002, the child has stood up and we're walking here. And the grandma or grandpa says, isn't that a cool tree? And everybody goes and looks at the tree. Well, we're not doing my generation because we don't understand how to deal with issues. Be it an accident, it was a rock, kids fall. My generation wants to either, oh, boo-boo gaga, oh, it's a boo-boo, oh, bo-bo-bo, you'll be okay, you'll be okay. Or, ha 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 ha, I told you to watch where you were walking. Grandparents don't do that. Adults don't do that. My generation does. When we fall down, and with the group, we laugh, we make fun of ourselves, we joke, we kid, we distract. It was a rock, I fell down, I'm standing up, please don't all stare at me. Can we get back to watching the trees? We're on a hike here. And that's adults. But we don't do this with our children. We teach them, you know, you need to start watching out for rocks because you are always gonna fall down if you... So now we've got our kids scared to walk around because there are all these rocks. What is going on here? My brain doesn't work that way. When I was in 3rd grade and I got physically hit for explaining to my teacher exactly how I was doing my math problem, I could explain my work. It was genius. I was not taking that column of numbers and adding the way they taught me. Add 2 plus 3 is 5. Add 2, that's 7. Now add 3, that's 10. Now add 8, that's 18. And then come down here and add my remainder. Yeah, I understood that. But I had already at 3rd grade been using my brain to its fruition. And me, I'd already figured out without even thinking, no better than less than or nothing. I was a child. When she asked me how I did my work, I told her. I said, well, I added the 2s, then I added the 4s, then I turned the 3s, added the 3s, and I turned the 6s into 3s and added those. And I'm giving her my answer as I go. And then I say, and then I add the 200 with the 600, and I continued. At this point, the teacher physically hit me in the 70s, forgive her, Houston, Texas. What did she know? It was her job. And got everybody's attention in class, including mine. And she explained to us the way, the only way, one topic, one way, how to do my math problem. I don't live in fear. I don't live in victimhood. I had already developed in my soul that I'm not just going to do what you say, and I'm not going to do whatever I think is best. I was in 3rd grade. I just thought I wanted to make sure I understood what she was saying, and then when I realized that she was just reteaching that way, my brain said, yeah, I know that way, but it'll take too long and I'm gonna get it wrong. If I do it this way, and my brain stopped thinking. And I've done that my whole life. So what I'm asking adults to do is swim back out of what we're talking about here. Stay in the lines, child. Don't ask why. It's not my fault, it's not personal, it's business. So what I'm asking you guys, the best way for us adults to really do this, I believe, is sit with yourself for 20 minutes a day. Let your children know this. This is my 20 minutes a day. Don't mess with me when I'm in the kitchen. And we say that like the grandparents did. It's no big deal because you're going to talk with them all through dinner with full focus. We should have been, I hope we're emulating that when mom takes 20 minutes a day to garden, she's got an hour to work with their children on whatever topic we want to talk about. And at dinner, all during dinner, the families can talk about whatever topic we're all talking about. What I would like as adults to do, my mission for us adults, to what are we going to do about it, is to utilize our thoughts and start changing these words out of our thoughts. My thoughts weren't bully in you need to, you have to, but they were for me. I need to, I have to. When I changed my thoughts to I want to, I like to, this will be good, everything's clicking again. And when I fall down, and people are trying to pick me up or laugh at me or teach me, I graciously, grandma skills, say, I'm okay. Come on, let's go look at the tree. I'm asking us to be grandmas. I'm not a parent. I'm not a grandma. And when people come into my store and say, do you have children? They're trying to justify to me that I have no idea what it's like to be a parent. And you are a full-brain parent. You take full responsibility for your decisions and actions within this world's systems and structure for your family every day. And we've been helping our children do that too. My generation 47 has been helping our children ask questions and feel comfortable talking with them, the elder. But we were using it as finally a place we can talk without power or victimhood. When we realized that, the reason we've been middle-aged children with raising middle-aged children is because we can't have these adult conversations. The ones we haven't been having for 15 years. I was asking us to change the school systems 28 years ago in college to full brain. I was talking to all my friends and anybody I could talk with when Ritalin hit the school districts. I was talking to all my people at work in corporate when one of my employees shot himself after he got off of Prozac in the 90s and had the SWAT team. He worked with me. I did not know he was on Prozac. I did not know he got off of Prozac. As his manager, I would have been caring enough to personally keep tabs on him during that transition. I was not involved in the process, but yet I was his manager at work every day, 5 days a week. I was his family. And we know at work, people at work are our family. I would have helped him before he got on the Prozac if he had shared with me. Ask me to lunch. I'm not going to talk to you about these issues at work because grandparents don't do that. We work. When we're at work, we do work. But as a real good person and our families at work, I'm going to have lunch with this guy. He didn't. All I know is that there's a SWAT team around his thing. And he shot himself twice because he's the sweetest guy you've ever met in the world. He was very weird. He was very different. He didn't look right. That's why he worked for us. And this was before he shot himself twice, and he didn't kill himself. He is still alive, I believe. I haven't spoken with him in years. It's not like I really spoke with him much after that. He still was alive because he didn't succeed. I've been talking about Ritalin, No Child Left Behind. I've been selling my designs to teachers and therapists for over 10 years. The teachers that say it's not my fault about the Ritalin, the doctors dispense it. And the doctors and nurses I sell these to say it's not my fault. The teachers tell us to. And all of them say it's not our fault. It's my job. It's not personal, it's business. I can also tell you the teachers I've been selling my mind maps to that say it is my business. And where No Child Left Behind does not allow mind mapping, the graphic organizing's okay. No Child Left Behind system says you are not allowed to color, use color or shape. That's one of the rules with the little teachers to understand. I know, James is like going, oh my God. We have no idea what our children are doing because they don't talk about it. They think we know. We're adults. We went through the same educational system, didn't you? No, our children are not going through the same educational system we did. You and I were taught one topic, one answer, and we will be beaten for it. Our children are allowed to make a zillion choices. We'll give them a base, but you can, hey, this is the new Indigo children. Do what you want. Oh, really? So our kids can't show their work. And all these geniuses that have been coming out of high school that didn't ever have to show their work because they're geniuses, I can show my work. I always have. And I'm trying to help my adults stop taking these tricks. I'm creative. I don't have to have systems. I'm analytical. It's not my fault of the decisions I make. So James, all I really ask is keep doing what you're doing. You are asking questions. You are emulating at every moment of your life. Because you are asking questions, not just within your own brain, but within all of us. And what can you do? Color. 20 minutes a day if you don't have a creative outlet. If you cook, cook. And with that conscious step in mind, only cook. When you're in the kitchen, don't think of gardening, anything else. All the great things in life, all the bad things in life, no. Just cook. Add 2 extra dishes because you know it's hard for us adults to single-minded. Anything. I single-minded multitask. Most people multitask attention deficit. So they're cooking, they're talking about a bunch of different things. In fact, they're not happy unless they're physically doing 3 things and mentally doing 20. So what I ask us to do is stop having attention deficit. Our generation was taught attention deficit. ADD is a trick. OCD is a trick. Adults, we are not being arrogant, egotistical, wasting our time when we're doing laundry and organizing it very comfortably in our closet. Because every day when we open our closet, we can just pick out the clothes we want to wear that day. And when we get in the car, we sing, and then we think of what we're going to do today. Real quick, duck it in line because we hadn't thought about it the night before. And when we get into the office, we do it. Then when we get off, now we duck into the family line. What are we doing tonight? Bing, bang, bang. Couple of things about each. Cool. We come home, we play with the kids, we give the wife a chance to go and have her 20 minutes if there's a new baby in the house. Parents know that. Parents know how to give their wife 20 minutes with a new baby. Do husbands and wife know how to give each other 20 minutes every day? Do we know how to give ourselves 20 minutes a day to figure these things out? And these things are, to me, stop saying I need to, I have to, I coulda, I shoulda, I gotta. I do, I am, and I share. And thank you for sharing too.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does. There's a lot, you never get all your questions answered, but that's the beauty of, wanting to learn and the desire for, new things. But I do know that all people are beautiful and wonderful.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with anyone. It's just that we're all trying to, within ourselves, improve ourselves.
No better than less than.
People are wonderful. Love yourself, love your neighbors, and do the best you can.